Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I brought another interesting subject, the issue of the white garment sect. The white garment sect is a sect of so-called Christians. They call themselves Christians and they have spread their wings across the continent of Africa, and their roots can be traced back to Zimbabwe. In 1932, through the Johann Masowe sect. Now, the word Johann Masowe means John of the wilderness. The word Masowe means wilderness in English. So they were trying probably to emulate the way John the Baptist lived. But here's the thing, in these sects, they are not allowed to use the Bible. They say, if you ask them, they'll tell you that the Holy Spirit instructed the founders of the church that the Bible had been done away with during the white colonial era. So the Bible was specifically meant for white people and not for the African continent. That's what they will tell you. But is that the reason? Is that how the Holy Spirit works? Is the Holy Spirit divided to say that in this continent, this is how we operate, in this continent, this is how we operate? Because when Christ went to the cross, he didn't go for a particular continent, he went for all of us. But what is it that makes this particular sect operate differently from other religions, from other Christians? They call themselves Christians, if you ask me. And if you ask them, they'll tell you we are Christians. But here is the thing that I want you to notice. The spirit which is running this sect is not a spirit of God. This is the marine spirits. Marine spirits, why do I say it's marine spirits? Because if you look at how they operate, everything that happens in this sect is water-based. Everything that is not allowed in water, that you can't enter with in water, is not allowed at the shrine. You can't go to a white garment sect shrine wearing a watch. Why? Because you are now entering into spiritual waters that are run by marine spirits. Some of them, they want to cleanse, make the name look nice and call them Njuzu or mermaid. But these are just demons that fell from heaven. These are fallen angels. These are demonic entities. These are demonic spirits that live in water, whose kingdom, whose strong base is in water. Now, this sect, like I said before, it is mainly found among the poorest of the poor. People who don't want to research, people who are going there to be helped as to how they can escape their poverty or how they can escape their calamities that have befallen their families. The minute you want to look for a shortcut to your problems, a spiritual shortcut to your problems, without seeking the face of God or the face of Christ or the face of the Holy Tribunal of Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, then what you are simply saying is, God, you are not enough. These ones can do a better job than you. King Saul tried it. Now, those who know the operations of the devil, they will tell you that in the book of Job, chapter 1, when the sons of God, the angels, were having a meeting with God, the angels did not even realize that the one person who was there was Satan himself, until the Lord said, and what do you want here? And he says, I'm moving up and down on the earth. And you see, he manifests himself as an angel of light. You see, before he was called Satan, he was called Lucifer, the morning star. You see, so Going back to our topic of the white garment sect, how they operate using the powers of the marine spirit. Everything that is not allowed in water is not allowed at the Masowe shrine, at their shrines. If you have to enter into a river or into a water, you have to fold your trousers. Is that correct? Same applies when you are entering the spiritual waters, when you are entering at the Masowe, at the shrine. They ask you to fold your trousers. Have you ever wondered why they ask you to fold your trousers? It's because this is the true reason. You're entering into spiritual waters. Is the watch allowed at the shrine? Can you enter into a river with your watch? Anything that you can't use underwater, you are not allowed to take at the shrine. You are not allowed to have your watch. You are not allowed to have your cell phone. They should be left outside the shrine. You are not allowed to. You can't go into water when you are crossing a river. You can't go into a river wearing shoes. Shoes are not allowed at the shrine because it's a spiritual water that you are now in. When you are sitting there at the shrine, even if it's scorching hot, you are not allowed to look for shelter, to say, no, it's hot, let's look for shelter, let's go and have our service under the tree, because the spirit that is running the church, the spirit that is running that particular sect, which they call a church, which I prefer to call a shrine, which is what also they call it themselves. They call it a shrine. They go there to say Trugenda Masowe, Trugenda to at the shrine, Trugenda Kukrawa at the shrine. Now, everything, like I said, everything that is not allowed in the water, that you can't go within the water, is not allowed at the shrine because it's a spiritual water. Look at the things that you find there. Clay pots filled with water. You also find reeds, tsanga, that are planted at the shrine. And water lilies, you find them also there. You can't clap hands when you are underwater. The same applies when you are at the shrine. You are not allowed to clap your hands. Why? Because the spirit that is running that place is spirit that is not of God. It's a marine spirit. Now, because it's a marine spirit, many people that are going to these shrines are going there not to look for the face of Christ. Let's be real. Let's talk about it. The people that are going there are not going there to look for Christ or to have a close relationship with Christ. They are going there because they have faced one calamity or the other. You find even a very, very rich person going to these shrines. Why? Because they might have had some family problems in the past. The reason people go there is to look for those prophecies that are mentioned there, that are said there. Why? Because this the spirit that is running that sect, it's a marine spirit of a fallen angel. You know, when Satan was thrown into the earth, those fallen angels, they are trying to lure as much people as they can into the spirit, into darkness, so that on the day of judgment, there will be many on their side. You see, the spirit, the marine spirit, is very, very cunning in its operation. It is in charge of the fashion industry, the music industry, the celebrities, most of these ones. That spirit is very cunning. It's different from the witchcraft spirit, which is very impatient, which wants to kill you, to get rid of you very fast. This spirit, its main aim is not to kill you, but its main aim is for you to lose connection with the Lord. That's all that matters. Look at the people that are going to these shrines. They are not going there to look for the face of the Lord. They are going, like I said before, they are going there to look for assistance. So, next time you see the white garment sect, you must think again. Is this a church? Why is the Bible not allowed? Why should I go and enter into spiritual waters? Ask yourself all those questions, you see, before you choose. In the next topic, I'm going to speak of spiritual fatherhood. I'm going to speak of the best church that you can look for if you have to look for it. There's no particular church that you must look for. Every church might have a small doctrinal error here and there, but as long as they do not make you lose your focus on Christ, those are the right churches to go. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next episode.